distinguished ministers, representatives from the international development partners community, private sector and civil society, honorable attendees. It's a pleasure to join you today at the closing of the 2022 North African Regional Conference on the Future of Labor and the Role of Entrepreneurship and MSMEs in the post-COVID-19 world by the Entrepreneurship, Innovation and Advice Platform. The rich discussions and insightful perspectives during these 2 days have demonstrated the importance of regional multi-stakeholders partnerships to promote and develop entrepreneurship and MSMEs in the Northern African region. Egypt is continuously working with its development partners to catalyze the progress towards an agile entrepreneurial ecosystem, given its key role in driving economic growth and creating decent jobs, notably for the youth and women. Towards this end, the government of Egypt is adopting relevant regulatory measures as well as providing access to finance to young entrepreneurs and encouraging local international private investments. Recently, His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi directed the government to work on a number of important measures to facilitate the operations of startups, including their online establishment through digital platforms dedicated for this purpose, also allowing the opening of virtual companies without being bound by the need to have physical headquarters, as well as the expansion of establishing free investment technology zones. We look forward to continuing these efforts with all development partners as part of the second phase of the National Structural Reform Program and on our journey towards sustainable development goals. Honorable attendees, today, and as presented in the conference, engagement with the private sector, especially entrepreneurs and SMEs, is becoming more and more indispensable to overcome critical development challenges and key to achieve the SDGs on all fronts. This has been clearly demonstrated during the outbreak of COVID-19 and is being reflected in our collaboration with multilateral and bilateral development organizations and during our regional joint committees meetings. In 2021 alone, the Ministry of International Cooperation secured $57 million in SMEs and entrepreneurship sector with development partners. This adds up to the current portfolio on the same topic to around 1.2 billion, including 26 projects that are mainly supporting progress in SDG number 8, decent work and economic growth, as well as SDG number 9, industry, innovation and infrastructure. Furthermore, and to foster an innovation-centric approach, the Ministry of International Cooperation is also supporting startups via a first government-backed venture capital fund, Egypt Ventures, in partnership with the General Authority for Investment and Free Zones and in collaboration with development partners. Up until 2021, over 175 startups received either direct investments in Egypt Ventures or indirect investments through its accelerators, Falak Startups, as well as EFG EV FinTech Accelerator, which is an innovative model of public-private partnerships, as was established with one of the leading players in the financial sector, particularly EFG Hermes. Ladies and gentlemen, private sector engagement is at the forefront of Egypt's development agenda, and we are committed to formulate inclusive economic policies to incorporate all actors and align them towards common purpose. The Egyptian government will therefore continue to support SMEs and entrepreneurs, given their critical role that they play in the economy, as well as the job creation that we also try to push towards maintaining a conducive business environment. Finally, I would like to thank the Kingdom of Morocco, the African Development Bank, the Danish Arab Partnership Program for inviting me and for organizing this conference. I would also like to thank the ILO, the World Bank, AFD, EBRD, GIZ, UNDP for bringing together key regional actors from the entrepreneurship and MSME sector, and I wish you all very continued success in these endeavors.